If mine works.
There's a rig for you.
Yep. If mine works this time, and
I'm waiting for the motorcycle guy. I don't know what you're trying to pull out for.
mine comes off in 3-minute sections. If I get a chance, I'll paste them together. If I don't, I'll just give you
I don't know how mine does.
a thing with the sections where you watch 3 minutes at a time, and then give you the pasted together one later. It's not hard to get started. It's just computer processing time. You know what I mean? You dump them all in a folder and tell it to put them together, but that can run 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes.
Old Fall River Road begins in the upper montane zone. In deep shaded canyons at this elevation, ponderosa pine commonly doesn't grow. A mile or so back, this large reddish bark evergreen was common. Now ponderosa pine begins giving way to lodgepole pine, Douglas fir, and Engelmann spruce. You will notice large stands of dead trees across the valley. Most are Douglas fir that were killed by outbreaks of spruce budworm during the 1980s. While disturbing to some park visitors, this natural phenomenon, like the mountain pine beetle, is an important part of the natural ecological process.
In all honesty, that's kind of what fires are too.
Yeah.
It just takes so much of our lifetime to see it rejuvenate. You hate to see it happen.
Yeah.
But it's really good for the land.
Oh, yeah. Well, they burn off every year in Kansas just for that reason.
Walking their dogs down there, that's technically a violation.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Can't have them on the trails?
Nope, can't have them off the parking lots.
I'm sure their service does, Bob.
Mine would love a walk up some of them paths.
Dakota just love getting out and smelling everything. She'd take off though. Smelling things.
So I wouldn't mind if I didn't have them on a leash.
Prior to Rocky Mountain National Park's dedication in 1915, there was great interest in building a trans-mountain highway through the parts of Colorado. By the spring of 1913, the decision had been made to begin construction in Horseshoe Park and cross the mountains to Grand Lake by way of Fall River Valley and Milner Pass. Work began in late July of 1913. 7 years later, on September 14, 1920, Old Fall River Road was dedicated. During the early construction phase, all work was done by 38 convicts from Colorado State Penitentiary. Following the construction of the wider, straighter, and less precipitous Trail Ridge Road in 1932, Old Fall River Road was designated a one-way route. Today, if you make your way up this road, imagine what it would be like if cars still traveled in both directions. Long before the road was built, American Indians traveled this route to cross the Continental Divide. The Arapaho called this passageway the Dog's Trail. Here, deep snow enabled dogs to pull a rig called a travois, a sled made by lashing two poles together to form a V shape with hide or blanket stretched between them.
Here's where you make up your mind, dude. You going up the mountain or you going?
Well, at least it's going to leave you room to get around him.
Yeah, but he was the one that kept catching up with me, so I thought I'd let him go first. Okay, fine. We'll go first. You're just going to have to put up with my speed. Hope those cameras have got that anti-vibration thing, though.
Oh, they're both running, so. I'd like to turn Janet's just a little bit, but I don't know how.
There's a little knob up on this side, Bob. Loosen it, and you can turn it.
Up and down. I need to turn it sideways.
Oh, sideways?
Up. Hang on. Still recording. It just a little bit to the right.
I think on these roads, Bob, it's going to be one way or the other, so. You turn left and right so much, I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
You're right. It really
Janet,
isn't.
I don't think reading that's going to do any good with my window down, so I just wait. I mean, if you want to read it, go ahead.
I'm not reading more.
There's really not a lot to it, but
We'll read again until we get to Chiquita Creek.
I Googled last night how they found elevations,
Yeah.
and among other things, I've downloaded a program that's supposed to show elevation. It uses air pressure, if your phone can do that, and it uses satellites, and it uses phone signals.
Yep.
So it gives you three different.
I knew the one you said was barometric pressure, the other one was satellite.
Yeah.
You didn't have the phone one last night.
But I guess if you don't get a phone signal, it gives you that.
It doesn't.
Nothing.
It doesn't tell you anything.
No.
One
Here
of
we
these days,
go.
somebody's going to come up with something you put on a truck or car that advances or gives you better phone reception.
Right now, one's saying 86.94, and the other one's saying 87.97. So they're 100 foot apart.
Are we getting like those mountains in front of us, Bob, or is it big enough picture there?
Yes, showing the top of them.
Cool.
Both of them is.
Cool.
And what I was hoping this map does, it shows us the highest point coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I had that in here
When we
yesterday.
get on that road, I'll tell you what we need to watch for, which is the first point, and then the highest road between that and the second point.
Okay.
Did that car come up behind you?
No, well, if he did, he's way back. He was still sitting there once we went around the first curve. I think they were trying to figure out which way they wanted to go.
I don't want to stop for pictures that day, even if it's a bear. Just keep going.
No.
There, we're
I'm driving. We'll stop for a bear.
We'll come do it a second time if we have to, just to get a picture of a bear.
Yeah.
They're both still recording.
Oh, if we come across it in Hope again today like we did yesterday, I'm willing to stop. You don't see them that close to the dog.
No,
So
I was just joking about the bear thing. I knew
you were.
you'd take offense at that.
Bob, how long have I known you? Why would I take offense at anything you start saying now? Just trying to stay straight as long as I could to get shot at down there. And I may have stayed straight too long. Oh, I made it. 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 Check that out when we're
Yeah, I thought that orange would really show up on that fishing line, but it didn't seem to be all that,
really
bright when I was, just practice casting them.
right.
It may be different laying out over water or with the sun hitting it.
Or if he was fishing at night, you shine your flashlight out there at night.
Yeah. I like the yellow, but all I had the yellow in was 6 pounds. I wanted to go stronger.
Well, yeah, with the whoppers we pull in, you need like 100-pound text. It's starting to rain. That won't help our shots any, will it?
Just the raindrops on the windshield, but
I think this thing is rougher every trip.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Riding cowboy.
Yep.
Not as many cars right now as there was when we come up yesterday morning
No?
in the parking areas and
Right.
stuff. I thought it'd be more crowded.
For those of you watching at home, we're making the third trip up this so we can make sure we get a film version of the Fall River Road tour.
And so far, I've enjoyed every one. From this one to this point. I hope it don't change.
I'm not crazy about the road. I like the view and stuff. The road could be a little smoother. Wondering how big a Powerball I'd have to win to pay him to pay for this.
I bet it would be expensive paying this. Blacktopping it would be a good chunk of change, but it'd certainly help it.
Blacktop wouldn't last up here in these
No,
conditions.
you'd have worse problems.
Yep. Bad thing about blacktop. Hot, cold, and wet and stuff. It don't last. I don't know what would last up there.
And that rock looks to me like
Gravel
it
would
just
be
fall
slick
right
most
off
of the
there.
time. Gravel, this thing. Them guys that like to do this on bicycles and motorcycles would never make it. Guess we should have stuck that rear camera on the back and we could have watched both directions.
Yeah.
come with 2 cameras, front and rear.
Yep, they did. Well, we probably could have got one at Walmart quicker, and I told Janet, I want to get a good one. If we're going to do this, I want it to last a while, and, and you never know what you're going to get at Walmart, so.
Usually they buy cheaper versions of everything.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
And they even have companies build them cheaper versions because they buy so many that companies will build them for them.
Well, I was really disappointed in the help we got at Best Buy.
Really?
We were in that store. We walk in at 10. Finally, at a quarter, about 20 till 11, Janet went up to the front. I'd already asked 2 people for help. They said they'd send somebody over. Janet finally went up to the customer service and said, we know what we want. Can you just get it for us? And they sent somebody back into the warehouse part.
Yeah, where the stuff's locked up.
Got it for us and brought it up. Felt sorry, there was this older couple there. They were wanting to buy a little TV. Theirs had got hit by lightning. And they stood there, and she had bad knees. We let the guy help them before we did us. And Janet said somebody else grabbed him before he got back to us. So I don't know how long we're going to be there. They're understaffed, just like everybody else right now. And I understand that. Just,
I think unemployment this month was like 2.9%, and I think I read this, I don't know if it's this month or this quarter, we added 500,000 jobs.
really.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't want to buy a apartment next to them. Took up that whole spot. Have you seen a mile marker in Bob? Have you made a mile?
No, and I've been looking for one. Not since whatever one it was back there I mentioned. Or maybe that wasn't it today. I suspect that might have been, well, maybe not.
Well, we never made this trip with Janet's card she got.
No, but can you remember we saw that weird mile marker yesterday when we was on here?
Yes.
It didn't make any sense.
I've seen him in a lot of places. Going to Loveland today, I saw a 76 per watt, or 2 watt. Or would it be about 76 miles to the border from Loveland?
Yeah, where does it start and where does it end?
Yeah. Oh, still recording?
Yep.
Oh, I think we're going.
They're both recording. I was going to check the time on Janet's, but I haven't been able to get a picture close enough to where I can see it. Too much bouncing.
Yeah, I can imagine. Get it?
Don't know until I look. 26 or 28, it's either minutes or seconds. I'm guessing yours is doing like mine and putting it in segments down.
We've been on this a lot more than 26 seconds.
It's probably something I have to do.
Yeah, I can set mine up to different lengths.
No, I never got that far.
See, I'm 1 minute and 28 seconds on this section. And 43 minutes and 39 seconds, I think, on this trip. Since I plugged it in at the RV park. See, that's 43, one early town. This is going to focus on my finger that slipped down just as I took it. That's 49. I'm trying to think you may be going in 1 minute segments.
Couldn't ask for a much better day to do this with these clouds. It's better than the sun shining.
Yeah, it
all
does
the
make
time.
for better
Yep.
photography, actually.
There's a lot of times on this road, even when we did, we'd be getting a lot of sunshine right in our eyes. And since you only go one way, you can't say, well, we'll go back with the sun come back.
You're at 44 seconds. Yep, you're going 1 minute segments.
1 minute intervals.
Yeah.
That means you have to reset your computer every time or something, or?
Well, you either have to watch a minute at a time, or we have programs that'll do them all together.
Oh, okay.
So you have one big long
Oh, okay.
file. Electronics have trouble handling great big files, so they break them down into smaller segments.
Okay.
I think 4 gigs is the maximum.
Well, is that like them terabyte things and all that stuff y'all talk about all the time? or what?
Yes.
Okay. So are terabytes bigger than gigs or whatever you're talking about? Or
Terabyte is 1,000 gigs.
Oh, wow. So it wouldn't handle that then?
Well, 4 gigabytes the biggest file, so
Oh, okay.
20.
So you can't get them little cards and...
I think you can get a terabyte now, but boy, they get real expensive when you get real big.
But it's worth it if you want to take a loan.
Yeah.
So,
Or you just have, it's like I got a 400 and a 200 in my pocket. I don't even remember what that was. Was it
260 something.
256?
Yeah, 256.
Okay.
Would any of them last an 8-hour day?
Yeah, it's hard to say, Steve.
Okay.
I don't know. Lawson Farmers Market today at 3.
I can't get you there in time, Bob. Sorry. So you got reception.
No, it's showing the satellite at 99.78.
Is this window being down bothering anybody?
Mine's down too.
know how far we've got to see how much time we got left. So make it.
Yes.
Sun shining down that valley. Oh, there it is. I knew the back tires would catch it, but nothing else. Somebody up here today. There's enough people for it to be a tour bus this time. Easy, Steve. Easy, easy.
Oh, looks like she may be by herself.
I don't think I'm going to make this one this time.
There's something up there on the road, Steve. Skunk?
Badger.
Badger?
Something. Got your phone ready? Hope it ain't a skunk, because he's mad.
Yeah,
Skunk
that,
with
all I
that
saw
colors.
was a tail
Oh,
wag.
that's something.
Yeah.
Getting hit or something?
No, he's just mad, I think. I don't think he's been hit.
Oh, shit. Focused on the windshield.
Got your phone out, Janet? Gonna go right past it? I think
Yeah, it's going to be on your side.
it's gonna be away from me.
Right there, I'm in that rock.
No, I gotta get my camera out.
Oh, look at him. No, no, wait a minute. Where's my nets?
How you doing today? Huh? How you doing? Oh, sideways, Steve.
Here, if you can, give me one, Steve.
Okay. Can't tell if it's taking it or not.
It wasn't. You had your finger on the bottom of your screen though. Was good catch. Bad drop.
Okay. You ready, Janet?
He's breathing. Bye-bye.
So are we.
Yep.
Good picture.
Was it?
Yeah. He had a setup.
Oh, okay. I don't know what type of drag I got because I was just worried about trying to get everything working. I'll see you later, man.
I shot one through the windshield, but it focused on the windshield just as it
that's
took.
what
And
happens.
so it didn't take.
My camera will do that too.
Yeah, you got too big a lens on for those things.
I had bare lids on.
We may have got him on those things running up the road, though. Saw something different today.
I can't believe the lack of traffic on this road.
There's one like this.
Yeah, but we haven't seen but like 4 cars on the side things compared to yesterday. There was one of them Jeep things, tour buses, filling up while I was getting my,
Diesel one?
yeah, or no, getting my donuts.
Oh,
I bought a few extra just,
did you?
know.
Just
They'll
to
be
take you
day
over the
old,
mountain.
but I'll
Take
still
you
have
over the
them.
mountain.
Yeah.
I was one last night. Yeah.
Very good.
So it made it.
Yep.
For yesterday.
I wouldn't have tried, but I can tell with Steve it's a matter of pride.
That would aggravate me down there. It's the first time I've had to back up on this road doing it. I just don't like that. Need me to stop off? Or
Nope. I'm just shooting on the run. grass spread into that one these days. But I've looked. I haven't really seen what you'd call paint on any of these rocks where somebody's got too
Well,
close.
most people call it that.
Ice coming down.
Well, I'm talking even some of these that jet out pretty
Oh,
close.
If I spot those, I can kind of take my time with them. If I don't spot them, just look at this. These cameras aren't going to show things like that. That drop off there on the side.
I looked at this on Google Earth before we come out and followed that guy, that video that I sent you, followed the guy from Google Earth, and it didn't look anything like it does here. I mean, it looks flat.
You'd have to have cameras on every point of your vehicle to pointing up and pointing down and everything else to get it all. Back when I was in my 20s and 30s, I would have took one of our old cameras on, sit in the back of the truck, run this whole thing. I'd have been going up and down, up and right. There's mile 5.
They're at mile 5.
Okay.
We're a little over halfway.
Yeah. We're going to make it real close with the time on that car that lasts the 70 some odd minutes in the center here.
Mine's been going 56 or 58. I can't really tell. I'm checking them continually, so either one of them stops, I'll know it. Of course, mine looked like it was running yesterday. That's the bad
That's the
thing.
scary part, isn't it?
Yeah,
You don't know what it's going to be.
but I wasn't paying this much attention to it, so.
Oh. Oh. That wasn't a magic number, I don't think. That was just a ground squirrel. Yeah. I thought I saw a stripe down the side at one time, but when I got up there, it wasn't what I thought it was.
It's still mad about something. It's still was fishing.
He was either really mad or really excited. I don't know which. But one or the other. He sure was. I'd be a lot when we first got this truck. If I'd have done this within the first month, I wouldn't have done this near as comfortable. These things feel really big when you first get them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And they are big. I mean, they don't just feel big, they are big. You kind of get used to driving them, and you kind of know what you can do and what you can't do.
This is where we saw the
Elk,
elk.
right around this corner. We need to park that thing right there. Makes it hard for people like me to make these corners. But I can't ruin anybody's vacation by saying anything, so I just drive.
After you said.
I want you to know what I'm not saying, so I say it so you know I'm not saying it. Okay?
Mile marker 6.
3 miles to go. So if we'd have brought a computer with us, we could get up here and run these both off and it would tape all the way down or run around it, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta have a computer with you to do that.
Then you have to have internet.
Oh, internet. I knew there'd be something else.
No, I don't have to have internet. I just need a computer. You'd be surprised how long it'll take to download that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it'll take a good 20, 30 minutes.
But if you wanted to go into the visitor center and walk around,
Oh, yeah.
you could put that on the computer while you was inside, come back and have your card ready to go again.
Well, I've got a card. We can change cards.
Oh, I know. I was just trying to think what we need to have with us, Bob, is what I'm... One of these days we're going to take a trip where we more or less do this the whole trip, you know, and just videotape it. And so I want to kind of have ideas of what I need to do to be able to do things like that. We had got a mile down the road this morning from Best Buy when I asked Janet, I said, is that card going to last long? I need to turn around and go back. And then we said, well, that Radio Shack and Estes Park will have them. Well, they have them, but they don't have the minis. So,
They don't have many cards.
oh, the Radio Shack and Estes Park is the
True Value.
True Value hardware combination. It's all in the same building. They got one little corner for the Radio Shack.
I was going to say, a mini card's just a very standard item anymore.
Yep. Yeah, you can get those at Walmart, I think. Sure is a lot simpler than carrying that 15-pound camera on your shoulder, though, isn't it? That we used to do.
It is. That thing got heavy.
Ready for setup when you can safely do so. Go to your Alexa app, add a new device.
What was that?
What did it say?
I don't know.
It's
Nothing
got
on mine.
It's got a yellow thing across the bottom
So
now.
I need a new card, I bet. Or just start blooping.
This isn't big enough. Oh, here's a... I'll pull over and we'll see if we can figure it out. Okay, now, what do you need to do, babe?
You want it?
Take it off there if you can. Hand it to her.
Just pull it out. No.
Pull it right towards the mouth.
Right off now.
No.
We should be recording.
It is recording.
Okay.
Oh, here. The flashing warning thing's gone.
Now it's a red thing over there.
It's
recording
recording.
again because it's got the red light.
Well, you know, I'm one. Let me look at my picture and see if that yellow line was up there before. Let me start mine.
I got another one coming around us, so we'll set here.
No, that yellow line was not on there before.
It had a red dot up there when it was recording last time, like it does now. So we're gonna.
Yeah, it's recording,
Yeah, I think we're okay. Again.
but I don't know what that yellow line is. It's some kind of a warning, but I don't know what.
Oh well, I guess we'll find out once we get.
Well, maybe it's not working. I don't know.
No, it shows it's recording.
It's got that red flashing light, babe, and that's what it was doing.
And
was
it
either-
said something, but I couldn't
It's
understand
never been
it.
recording, or it's recording now.
I'm
Or
wondering if because it's got a GPS up there with it,
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if the GPS can't find where we are.
That's very possible.
well, it's either working or it ain't. We'll never know until we get back. So.
We got two going,
Yep.
and then it's indicating it's recording.
Yep.
Be interesting when you pop that card in your computer, see how full it actually was.
Yeah. Because it might be something with
I
GPS.
thought I heard something on there say something about 30 minutes or something like that, but I'm not sure enough to say we can go on. It
You
may-
did
got a
put
new
that
card in.
200 in, didn't you?
Yeah.
"30 more minutes would have got us to the top, but I'm not sure that's what it said, and I'm not going to take a chance on it.
I heard it talking, couldn't tell what it said.
Again, they don't make it for old people, do they, Bob?
No.
Got people parked up here. A lot of people parked up here. Don't know what for, is it? Look for a bear.
Finally we found some cars.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that.
This hiking trail.
Yeah, hiking trail.
This is that hiking trail. That's why we're all here.
Chapin Pass. There's that falls thing right up here, that Chapin Falls.
Well, we walk back to.
That's not bad getting to it. Getting back was hell.
Now, how's that car facing that direction?
Well, it shouldn't be.
I was gonna say, there's no way she had to turn around to go that way.
And there's the top.
Yep. Bob saw the first major animal today.
Yep. But I'm not getting the dollar.
No, I don't blame you.
That one was only worth about an nickel, wasn't it?
Yes. I could see those at home. They have this in a year or two.
Well, he was irritated about something.
Yes, he was. I still like it.
Maybe because too many people are coming up and down his road. That thing's connected to that Alexa we got at home.
Ready for setup when you can safely do so.
Alexa.
Go to your Alexa app, add a new device.
Something about Alexa and added a device and it went red for a little. Now it's red.
So it's not recording?
It's still recording. Now it's back to yellow.
Alexa, are you on there?
Ready for setup when you can safely do so. Go to your Alexa app, add a new device.
Go to Alexa and add a new device. That's what it's saying.
Trying to.
So it's probably not recording right now?
No, I think it's recording. I just think it wants you to.
It wants me to add Alexa.
Yeah, I hate that Alexa thing. Sheila's got one at home, bought one for the RV. I just
We've got
ignore it.
one. Janet uses it for an alarm clock.
Yeah.
About the door.
Sheila uses it to play music, is what she uses it for.
We use it for alarm clock and when people deliver things. It tells us something's like. That's about the only things I see used.
Yeah, I think all that's doing is just wanting you to
Buy another thing off
yeah,
of
Alexa.
Yeah.
Ready for setup when you can safely do so. Go to your Alexa app, add a new device.
That's what it's saying. Ready for setup when you can safely do so. Go to Alexa and add a device.
But it's recording.
Well, I think it's
we hope
recording.
it is.
Yeah.
Anyway. We didn't want
It
to-
appears to be recording.
Usually a flashing light means it's recording. Usually a solid red light means it's not.
Well, the timer's running. The timer's running and the red light's flashing.
So we didn't have to change that other part of that.
No. I bet you it's just telling us to add Alexa.
But it doesn't hurt anything.
Well, thank God you had it so we could. That way we don't have to worry about it.
Your video you took holding it out the window while you was driving up here was amazingly good the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised because I couldn't see
Oh.
camera at all.
I could have told you how long we've been on this trip, but I didn't look when I shut it off, and now it's just at 7 minutes.
Well, we'll know when she runs it. I guess that slides off on there, so if you wanted to, you can take it off. Like right now, I can do
Yeah.
this
Yes.
and record.
And so you don't have to take your mount off every time you want to take it inside to hook it up to a
Exactly.
computer.
Yeah.
Do you know if you can hook that direct to a computer, or do you have to take the
Gonna
card
have
out?
direct to computer.
It might be quicker if I took this thing and just took the card out and put it in the computer, but I just plug it into the computer. And it's like you said, Steve, when you start copying them files, you don't have to sit there and watch it while it does it. You just walk away.
One thing I can say right now is when we get to the top, I gotta go to the bathroom. Because I don't think I'm supposed to monitor the temperature.
Probably good, be good for it.
It was good for that guy's tomato plants in the Amazon.
Do what, babe?
It was good for that guy's tomato plants in the Amazon.
Yeah. Here comes the. And that's the rough section.
Yeah.
I tried the other side last time. I thought I'd try this side this time. See if I can hang over this side a little further. I think the left or the right side's where I need to go each time.
It was definitely smoother that time.
Yep. If I drive this thing up, I'll know where all them potholes are. I miss most of them.
But there's not very many people that's driven up it 3 times and
In a week?
3 days, yeah.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should look up Guinness and see how many times somebody's done this road in a week. We just go up, come down, turn around, come back up.
Really, when you don't stop to do a lot of walking and taking pictures, it's not that long of a drive.
No.
A little over an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like the pictures we took.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't trade the first 2 trips for this one. Other than we're getting this one recorded, I mean, but I would have, the elk one and things like that, the little walk we took.
Yeah,
You
I've
gotta
been
be-
looking for the elk. I haven't found them yet. Haven't seen them down there, and I don't see them up there.
Well, they're walking on the tundra.
Who?
The elk.
Oh. Yeah, they eat it too. And there ain't near as many of them as there would be people walking around out there if you let them do it.
True.
Wouldn't be anything left for them after a month. People track that down like a heartbeat. Now that would be one quick ride down if you ever got over that hillside. I don't think my brakes would hold.
I was wondering if everybody came up here and skied.
I don't think you can on the tundra, babe.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I don't think you could get up here to start with.
To ski?
Not to get up here, period, because of the snow.
Oh, the winter time?
Then maybe you could ski up here. I don't know, cross-country skiing uphill.
Not me.
If you stayed on top of the snow.
Not me.
But look at the size of those poles.
Yeah. Uh-huh. They get a little taller up here, don't they? This is one spot I haven't really found a way through to miss all these holes. Yeah, we've made it again, folks.
Yeah, but the parking lot's a lot fuller than it's
Yeah,
been
it
when
is.
we've been here. You can tell the weekend crowd's
Yep, showing
starting
up.
to pick up.
Yep. Oh. Well, they put some LSU speed bumps on these things. Oh, they're going in there. Let's see what's in there.
There's a lot of RV spots back down there, oversized vehicle spots.
And I've used one.